So here in Kelowna, there is a great deal of ongoing hullabaloo around the long-awaited new Performing Arts Centre, specifically the location where it's going to be built. And I've seen some folks asking questions as to why this great big empty lot here, right next to the existing Kelowna Community Theatre and Black Box Theatre, right on the edge of the cultural district. Why this place, the former site of the Kelowna detachment of the RCMP, why was this place not shortlisted or just straight up selected? And there's an interesting story here around inheriting tragedy. So in 2019, the city opened up bidding on that former RCMP site, not to sell the land, but for an interested party to lease and develop on it, with some very specific requirements laid down, that this would entail an 80-year prepaid lease. So we're talking 6.5 million paid up front to the city, and that this project would include some significant public amenities. The rationale here was that the city was looking to leverage private investment to pay for some major additions and improvements to the amenities on offer in the cultural district, without having to actually pay for it out of public money. The city's capital plan was not prioritizing this kind of infrastructure. So the winning bidder actually overbid. They came in with a clean 7 milli. 4.3 million of that was going to be directly reinvested into those public amenities. So we're talking here a civic plaza, an extension of the art walk, and 6,000 square feet of community space that was going to be part of the new development. Now this whole thing just gets so goddamn messy. So the developer's initial design proposal is simply too tall and thick of a boy to work within the zoning of that land. So right from the jump, they are seeking some pretty serious development variances to be approved. The developer comes back with a greatly revised design. Now it includes some affordable housing. It is a far skinnier tower. It gets approved. The handoff to new council happens. Then council rescinds that development permit, alleging that the developer has corrupted the integrity of the public consultation process. The developer sues the city of Kelowna, alleging that council has overstepped its authority. And this goes back and forth up until just recently, when the BC Supreme Court intervened, taking the side of the developer and preventing the city of Kelowna via an injunction from terminating its long-term lease with that developer. So now that land is trapped in hell. So previous council got to feel like big brain fiscal geniuses for a little while. We leveraged private investment to pay for public amenities that have not been built. And current council, in their attempts to back out of what is now clearly a bad deal, have actually made things a lot worse. This is the location that the mayor's task force had recommended for the new Performing Arts Centre. Pioneer Garden. Dolphins right there, right across the street from Prospera Place. And about 50 of these evil, filthy trees just squatting here, doing nothing for nobody. Now, I mean, is it not a shame that a perfectly suitable city-owned lot can't even be considered because of us being married to the consequences of a very silly and short-sighted decision made by our elected leaders in the past? Really stresses the importance of getting the right people in those positions, eh?